I have to get enough funds together and everything like that.
Well, that's good. You got to have your money together before you come up here. Don't just get a Greyhound ticket and come up here without any money.
Although there are people that have.
There have been people that
have
managed to pull that off. But I say it's good to have a few $100, maybe a couple thousand in the bank before you make a move like that. But nonetheless, good luck.
I also saw some great footage on the internet where riot cops got their ass kicked in Ireland.
Hey, sweet. I'd like to see that. Go ahead and put that on the BBS. Always good to see that happen. Thanks for the call, dude. 800-259-9231. Well, stop being such a bunch of jerks. Stop arresting people for nonviolent crimes. Stop breaking up nonviolent protests. Stop harassing.
Whose team do you put yourself on when you ally yourself completely against the police, the law enforcement agencies?
I'm not completely against the law enforcement agencies.
You like to see them get their ass kicked? That sounds like you're completely against them.
It's just nice to see them get their butt whipped for once. That's all. And they've certainly dealt out enough of it. See if they can take it. And I think
whose side are you on then?
What do you mean whose side?
Whose side are you on?
What are you talking about?
Ally yourself.
I'm on the side of freedom, my friend.
It sounds like you're on the side of criminals.
What are you talking about?
When you say I like to see cops get their butts kicked, it sounds like you're saying, yay, criminals. Go rapists and murderers.
No. It sounded to me like he was saying there was some sort of protest wherein the cops began harassing people or maybe beating on people, and they got a little bit of their medicine back. That's all. The people defended themselves. I don't know. I haven't seen the video yet. 1-800-259-9231. And no, of course I'm not in favor of rapists and murderers. It's just that there's a certain point at which people are going to be pushed to the brink, and this sort of violence is going to happen. I don't encourage it. I don't think it's smart. I think those people that were whooping up on the cops ended up probably getting their butts kicked back and then thrown in jail cells. So
saying, oh, good, it's always nice to see that is encouragement.
Well, I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know.
It is. True. Say you're sorry.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, I knew you
because I'm making it clear. I'm making it clear I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying it's nice to see.
You are encouraging it.
That's all. No, I think it's a bad move. I am saying, Mark, don't do it. I'm saying don't. I don't think that should be one's response. I just watched Gandhi yesterday, as a matter of fact. So I am fresh in the ways of nonviolence, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Except that you're going to go watch some videos where some cops get their butts kicked.
It's just, it's poetic justice. That's all.
Uh-huh.
Get a little bit back for what you've dealt out. But I think that eventually, if cops continue to behave in the way that they are, they're going to see more of this happen. And I think that if the cops were out actually enforcing laws that make a difference in the world as far as arresting rapists and murderers and arsonists and thieves, if you're actually arresting real criminals, you're not going to have people fighting you. You're going to have people cheering you on. But because you're out there harassing peaceful protesters and arresting pot smokers, you're pissing people off. And eventually they're going to get angry enough to do something about it.
I'll give you that, but you got to watch who you're allying yourself with.
Well, it's hard to feel bad if a cop gets a little bit of his medicine back. It's just hard for me to feel bad for him. In fact, I don't think I could possibly feel bad for a cop in that case, unless it was actually a good cop. In which case, what did he do to provoke that? If it was unprovoked, then that's awful. That's not right. But if the cops were beating on people and they got a little bit of return to them, well, that's what happens when you initiate force. Eventually, you're going to come across somebody that's willing to fight back. Now, I'm not advocating that. I believe in nonviolence. I believe in non-cooperation. But I've seen some of these videos, Mark, where the police just whoop up on protesters, just club them over the head and take their stuff and throw them to the ground and just harass and beat and just generally be awful. And I've seen people running away from these protests, and they were saying things like, someday we're not going to run. And it's just fair warning to the cops. Don't you want to come home to your family at night in one piece? Don't you want to be doing something honorable with your life? Stop hurting innocent people. Stop following bad orders. Because eventually, some people are going to be pushed to the brink. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I have to agree that I've certainly seen videos where I would like to see the officers perpetrating, the kind of despotism that they are, have their butts kicked. I can certainly, get that feeling. Yes, there's been times when I've had to deal with police that I felt like they've overstepped their bounds. Now and then I do advocate, a person being, physically beaten for overstepping their bounds. I get that. but emotionally it draws up in people. When and it's a war of the hearts and minds of people. Mm-hmm. And when you say, "Yay, cops getting their butts kicked," you gotta watch it. You gotta be careful with how you say it.
Yeah, I see that. And thank you for holding my feet to the flame.
Now say you're sorry.
Speaking of the police, LouRockwell.com, as soon as the police say they're sorry, how about that? How about every single cop that's ever cracked someone over the head with a nightstick for no reason beyond the fact that they were a protester in the wrong place at the wrong time, or some marijuana smoker who got roughed up? Every single cop that has ever done that apologizes. I'll be happy to apologize at that point.
You are a man completely out of control.